He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
When they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Right Opinion, the home of a twat with too much free time.
The Right Opinion, the wonderful child of 2018 and the one who has a habit to dislike the best things, like for example, pineapple on pizza.
Fucking whores! You fucking whores!
At the beginning of 2018 was sitting at a comfortable 10,000 with a skyrocketed since, and now at the end of it is at that marvelous 100,000 mark. To showcase the rise to success of the self-proclaimed twat with too much free time, in this video I'm going to showcase the history of The Right Opinion as well as some other things about him and his content. I'll start from the very basics and I will work my way up from there. Either way, enjoy the video, lads. The channel Right Opinion was created on March 31st, 2016, and the first video, which was a fucking channel trailer, was uploaded 8 days later on the 8th of April 2016. He started off as a political commentator, something which most of the quote-unquote old school fans would know about, with his first actual video besides the channel trailer being no other than Donald Trump himself. These early videos were mostly made to observe and criticize political situations, opinions and such, and on top of that, some of the earlier videos also had the God forbidden gameplay in the background. It wasn't long, until the 27th of September to be exact, until the Brit reached 100 subscribers and did an epic finger reveal. The videos kept upping in quality and naturally his delivery bettered along with his voice sounding less insecure, thus giving his points more assurance behind them. He continued uploading political commentary videos for a while, reaching somewhat reasonable success, but never hitting the big time. Well, all that changed after 2 years, on the 22nd of April 2018. The Right Opinion up until the 22nd of April 2018 had garnered somewhat sizable success, gathering a modest following of around 10,000. Definitely not something to laugh at, but nothing too massive either. It wasn't until the video Here Lies Rags, Stop Hating What I Like that The Right Opinion made the switch from 10-minute political videos to the types of videos he is now known for. This is, to date, the longest video he has ever uploaded, clocking in at almost 2 hours long, which is absolute fucking insanity. This video continued to skyrocket and coined the future of The Right Opinion. With that brief history, which granted I wasn't able to dig up much information of The Right Opinion, trust me when I say that I did my best, you should know The Right Opinion's roots. With his history now being behind him, we can take a look at The Right Opinion and see what he has become. He has reached 100,000 subscribers and thus is forced into eating pineapple on pizza, which is actually a trap for him to realize how wrong he has been in making slanderous statements against the topping and admitting defeat. He has transitioned from his early political roots to now being a commentator I think best comparable to Colossal is Crazy, though actually uploading and lacking a pleasing accent like Colossal or, you know, me. He also runs a group called NCO, which I have talked about in an earlier video of mine. If you're interested, you can click the eye in the top corner. The video itself isn't that good, but it's still somewhat watchable. And most of the creators in the group have drastically increased in size during the course of 2018, and honestly, good for them. And The Right Opinion is also now buddies with some of the most influential people in the commentary community, including the Cloud, the Gnome, and the Kavas, I guess. And at the moment of recording, his channel is sitting at 6 million views, with his most viewed one being on TikTok, sitting at a comfy 1 million. Oh fucking course it's on TikTok, what else would it be? Now, this is some basic information that should give you the general idea of who The Right Opinion is as well as his roots. With this being said, it's time to transition from the overview into the meat of the video, the part you actually came for.
Come on. Let's do it, James.
No, not that one. Like with every creator who gets big, there is a question to ask. Why? Why did this creator in particular out of everyone else get to the level they did? Why did the next guy get to this level of success? Well, it is a question that I've pondered about to myself for a while now, questioning possible answers as to what makes the twat with too much free time so unique compared to the millions of commentators creating content. Well, for the purposes of this video, I asked many people, fans and friends of The Right Opinion alike, this same question. What makes The Right Opinion so unique? But before we get into their opinions, I'll showcase mine. In my opinion, what makes The Right Opinion so unique compared to other commentators who in retrospect talk about the same topics and situations, often making statements that intertwine with what James himself does. The difference is though that most commentators, including myself most times, inspect situations at face value. Instead, The Right Opinion goes deeper into the subject, inspecting it in a much more well-researched, detailed and documented manner, and is thus able to give out conclusions and answers that most people wouldn't be able to give. Of course, there are other things like his trademark accent, personality and such, which naturally have aided his channel as well. But I think those are the key factors as to what separates The Right Opinion from the rest of the commentary community. And of course, naturally, the editing done by his friends also helps him tremendously, and is also a factor as to what has made him so successful. And the ability for him to cooperate with friends and thousands of fans alike is incredible and probably has had a positive effect on his channel. Anyway, enough of my bullshit rambling, here's what other people, friends and fans alike had to say about what makes the big man himself unique compared to most other commentators.
I think the thing that sets The Right Opinion apart from a lot of the other people in the commentary community is how he goes about making his videos. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit biased on this because I've edited for him before, but he has a very dedicated team of editors, which not only allows him to produce videos faster, but also allows for a very interesting blend of editing styles. Another thing is his scripting. I mean, it's really well thought out, really well written, and really well researched. And a lot of the topics he covers are extremely different than most of his contemporaries. And honestly, his personality is just very interesting. He's a very interesting person, and throughout all the times that I've personally interacted with him, he is a genuinely awesome person, and I couldn't think of anyone who is more fitting to be one of the newly emerging faces of the commentary community.
In my opinion, what makes The Right Opinion unique compared to other commentators is not just his voice, as others have said in the past, for what he does with that voice. He has perfected the art of delivery, probably as a result of his background in music, and this, coupled with his really high quality scripts that he works numerous hours on, make videos that neither feel rushed like the many wild Spartans of the current community, nor take forever to come out like Colossal is Crazy, truly unique and special. He picks his topics incredibly selectively and rightfully so, whereas others are quick to jump on ones that they can talk about with little substance. What he says really has weight to it, and you feel as if by watching his videos, that the often lengthy time spent watching them was not wasted at all. But at the end of the day, people watch YouTubers most of the time at least, for the YouTuber, and not only is The Right Opinion an incredibly interesting person, he has a damn lot of interesting things to say.
When asked the question, what makes Right Opinion different from most other commentators, I would easily say that what makes him differently is that instead of taking a situation that most commentators run through and say, hey, look at how cringy and, weird this is, guys, let's get a laugh at this, Right Opinion actually takes a look at situations and asks a deeper question while still making it entertaining. Let me switch views here for a second and explain my point. So when the Little Tay situation broke down, basically what every commentator would do is they would take a cringy video of Little Tay and laugh at it. And, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But that's what everyone was doing. Right Opinion looked at the situation and really exposed how messed up it really is. And, asked a deeper question and, like the title says, looked at the truth behind the whole matter. And, most other commentators wouldn't really bother themselves with that. They wouldn't really, be prepared to put themselves in a situation to look at things deeply while still being entertaining. They'd mostly just look at something and just, laugh at it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that again. I'm just saying that's what makes Right Opinion different. Another situation is the behind the meme. Everyone looks behind the meme and is like, oh, look at this cringy guy going insane on his YouTube channel. Again, Right Opinion doesn't do that. Story animators. People look at story animators and be like, all these guys are the same, and they make the same boring, unoriginal content. Right Opinion looks at a deeper narrative, and that's what really, I could point out all his videos and go on and say what makes Right Opinion unique from other commentators, but, I think what I've shown my point, is that Right Opinion, he doesn't just look at a situation and tackle it the same way as everyone else does. He looks at it deeper, explains it, establishes a narrative, but makes it entertaining somehow in the process, and I think that's really unique compared to other commentators. He's definitely a talent that most people don't have on this platform, and myself included. And I think that's what definitely makes him unique compared to other commentators.
Hey guys, my name is Rads, here to give you my actual opinion on The Right Opinion. The Right Opinion is a relatively good commentary channel, due to the fact that he allows people who otherwise may not be familiar with the commentary community to understand it a little bit more. Because believe it or not guys, people can be fucking stupid. The Right Opinion is the discovery channel of the commentary community, but besides being a people's educator, he also has opinions on matters, hence the name of his channel, which once you finish watching his videos, leave you thinking. A lot. People who actually put forward an opinion that leaves you thinking are people who are actually intellectual, people who know what the fuck they're talking about. And if you want to know more about the commentary community, you certainly don't want to listen to a fucker who's got no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Thusly, The Right Opinion is truly the guy with the right opinion.
What makes The Right Opinion so unique? Now, many others have probably already talked about his videos and talked about his content and what makes his content unique. But what I'll do is I'll go for context as to why he's unique. And that means talking about his character, what has brought him to create this style of videos that he does. So The Right Opinion is a very, very driven individual and very, very competitive. And what that does is it's created someone who is passionate about their content, and they also want to make the best content they possibly can. Not necessarily numbers, so not in the sense of competitiveness that wants to get the most views and the most subs, although that certainly plays a part. However, if that was the only part it played, then he would obviously just be doing quick reaction videos on very, very popular topics. But he doesn't. He's driven to create the best possible videos. Not necessarily unique videos, but rather videos that stand out. That's what he strives for, something that stands out from the rest of the commentators. And how he sort of tackles that is by choosing what he thinks is an interesting topic, researching the hell out of it, and writing a very long documentary style script. And that's what makes him stand out. Yeah, that's it. And let's talk about Nico.
No. Cut! Right, so you have heard from some people here on what in their opinions makes the right opinion unique compared to other commentators, and though the answers highly varied in reason, there was one point each and every one had in common. That being that he makes people think and question. He gives very interesting and mind-provoking conclusions and ideas, and overall, that his way of writing scripts is nothing short of phenomenal. And that right there is what differentiates the right opinion from anyone in the community. He makes you think of the situation. He is literally the Socrates of YouTube. Links to the channels of everyone who was involved are in the description if you do want to check out their content. I would personally recommend each and every one of them, except Deckard. Fuck Deckard. Now that the question of what makes the right opinion unique has been answered, I do not believe I have much more to add. I have said my piece, I've done all I wanted to do, and ultimately will draw the conclusion here. Regardless of what you think of the right opinion, he's definitely a unique creator who has crafted, in a way, his own genre of commentary videos. He is without a doubt an amazing character and content creator, and will continue growing even past the 100,000 mark. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I put my best into it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want to, and share this video if you wish. Now, for the last trick I have, my bestest of friends, biggest fan actually, Detective Deckard, will explain why I am the greatest creator of the millennia. Take it away, old man.
And let's talk about Nico. What makes Nico stand out as a commentator? He says he's not a commentator, but he's a moron, so he doesn't even know what he is. But what makes Nico stand out is that he is the only commentator out there that I simply don't understand. Like, I don't understand anything he's saying. I didn't understand what he wanted. He actually had to give it to me in writing that he wanted something about the right opinion, what makes him unique. When he started talking, all I hear is gypsy screeching, so I don't understand anything. And he might respond to this with his inane, batshit, stupid insults, but I don't understand what he's saying, so I don't even know if he's insulting me or if he's being kind. All I hear is a grind I under I. That's all I hear, and that's what makes Nico one of the most unique commentators out there.